Good day, students! Last sync meeting, natutunan natin kung anong importance and purpose ng foundation ng ating mga structures. Natutunan din natin kung paano gumawa ng foundation plan as part of our structural layout and details gamit ang AutoCAD. So before we take a step ahead to the part 2 of our structural layout and details, may additional feature lang akong gustong idagdag sa foundation plan natin. We will create grid lines based sa columns na ginawa natin. So this is very important dahil dito magkakaroon ng label ang mga columns natin. Okay, so we are here sa latest na ginawa natin, which is our foundation plan. We already designated our continuous footing and our columns as well. Now, para sa grid lines natin, let's use reference line layer and the reference bubble layer. First, let's assign our reference lines. So, using the line command, maglalagay tayo ng lines connecting the midpoints of our columns wherein dapat lahat ng columns natin ay magkakaroon ng intersection sa gitna. I-extend nyo lang yung reference lines nyo ng 2,000 mm outside the wall. So, this is a default, kaya kapag gagawa na rin kayo ng reference lines nyo, 2,000 mm din ang extension outside the exterior wall, specifically ang gagamitin nyo. You can repeat these steps lang then hanggang malagyan nyo lahat ng columns. Or, we can use the X-line command. This is just an infinite line. Mas madali itong gamitin pag gumagawa tayo ng reference lines. And we can just use X-lines din na 2,000 mm ang distance from the wall, exterior wall, so that we can trim na lang yung mga sobra. Gawin nyo lang to all the columns, and then after that, don't forget to delete the extra X-lines we used for the trim command. Ayan, that is our reference lines. Next, let's create the other part of our grid lines, which is the head. Punta tayo dito sa reference bubble layer. Gawa tayo ng circle with 400 mm na diameter. After that, type T for the numbers and letters na ilalagay natin sa loob ng bubbles. Sa taas ay numbers and then sa left side naman are the letters. Gawin din nating 400 yung text height. After that, use the copy command para malagyan ng heads lahat ng reference lines sa top part and sa left. Make some necessary adjustments along the way, especially sa text sa loob ng ating mga bubbles. After that, we are really done sa ating foundation plan. As we can see, may mga pagkakakilanlan na ang ating mga columns like this one. This is the A1 column. Okay, so now we can proceed with the part 2 of our structural layout and details, which are the floor framing plan and the roof framing plan. Let's start with the floor framing plan. Mag-open ako ng new file. Dito natin gagawin yung floor framing plan natin. Ano ba yung mga kailangan natin para dito? So for us to create floor framing plan, we specifically need our columns. Ibig sabihin, bago ka makapag-create ng floor framing plan, which is yung ganito, we have to create muna our foundation plan first. So, okay na tayo sa part na yon. Let's copy the foundation plan na ginawa natin dito sa new file. After that, i-freeze natin yung lahat ng layers except sa layer ng column and yung hidden line layer which is yung reference ng wall natin na walang butas. Yun lang dalawang yun yung gagamitin natin. The rest ay dapat naka-freeze. So the composition of our floor framing plan is the beam. Beam is the direct support of the floor load of a building. It transfers this load to the adjacent columns. So with that definition, makikita na kaagad natin yung connection ng beam and columns. On the right side, we can see ang ilan sa mga examples ng floor frame natin. So it has beams na connected sa mga columns na concrete. Putting our design in real life, ganito yung magiging itsura. Itong beams natin are gonna be the support of our flooring. So, create tayo ng separate layer for the beam. Color is 112, line type, hidden 2 times, and line weight is 0.5 millimeters. Okay, after that, let's use line command to create our beams. We need to place our beams from column to column or from column to beam. If we encounter column to beam, we will call that a hidden beam. Lagay lang tayo ng beams natin sa mga parts na kailangan. No need to consider na yung mga dead loads natin dito since hindi naman ito ina-extend upward. Ang importante is makapaglagay tayo ng beams na adjacent sa columns natin. After that, i-freeze na natin yung hidden line layer. Gumawa ulit tayo ng new layer para naman sa label ng ating mga beams. Color is white, continuous, and line weight is 0.5 millimeters. Now, type T and the standards. Type B1, intended to be placed in the first beam, and then change the text height to 300. Use copy command para lagyan ng label ang lahat ng beams. Ang flow ng numbering natin dito is from top, horizontal beams muna, pa right. So, dito sa taas, we have horizontal beams labeled B1, B2, B3, and B4. Next, B5 is sa horizontal beam pa din. Tuloy-tuloy lang hanggang magkaroon na ng label lahat ng horizontal beams. After the last horizontal beam sa baba, ifa-follow naman ng first vertical beam sa taas yung numbering. Then, tuloy-tuloy lang hanggang magkaroon na ng labels lahat ng beams. Make sure to indicate na hidden beam yung mga beams na nilalagay natin from column to another beam. After that, we make necessary adjustments lang sa placement ng text and we are done for our floor framing plan. Last is our roof framing plan. Open lang ulit tayo ng new file and i-copy natin yung mismong floor plan na provided. Let's freeze all the layers except sa layer ng wall which is placed in the object line layer. Then, gawa tayo ng 2 new layers. First is the rafters layer with color 32, continuous line type, and 0.5 millimeters na line weight. Another one is the roof reference layer with the same details of our rafters layer. So, bago tayo mag-proceed, let's visualize muna kung ano nga ba itong ginagawa natin sa roof framing plan. We have here the different types of roof. Meron tayong shed, ayan yung illustration ng roof na yon, flat, hip, and gable. So, dito tayo sa hip magfo-focus. Ito yung typical type of roof na ginagamit sa structures like schools at sa mga bahay. Ito yung real life na hip roof natin. So, yung nasa loob niyan, which is ito, ayan yung gagawin natin today. Parts ng hip roof, we have the ridge board, which is yung pinakataas na part ng roof natin. We also have fascia board, which is yung nasa lower part ng roof natin. Meron din tayong mga rafters. So, hip rafters, ito yung nasa corners na yung pa-triangle. Typically, 4 yung ganito, especially kung rectangular lang naman yung shape ng structure mo. Also, the jack and common rafters. These two are almost the same. Ang difference lang is yung common rafters ay buo, connected sa ridge board and fascia board, while yung jack rafters naman natin is yung mga maliliit or yung putol na connected sa hip rafters natin at fascia board. Usually, ang gamit dito is yung 2x2 for the rafters. So, that is 2 inch by 2 inch, around 50.8 millimeters by 50.8 millimeters. Ridge board is ganun din, 50.8 millimeters by 50.8 millimeters. Fascia board naman is typically 25.4 millimeters ang thickness. Yung standard distance naman ng jack and common rafters is 20 inches or 508 millimeters. Itong mga measurements lang din na ito yung gagamitin natin sa ating roof framing plan. We are done creating roof reference layer and rafters layer, and na-freeze na din natin yung lahat ng layers except sa layer ng wall. Next thing to do is iset natin ang current layer sa roof reference layer. Then, gamit tayo ng rectangle command to trace itong outer part ng exterior wall natin. After that, offset that rectangle. Doblehin mo lang yung thickness ng exterior wall for the offset distance. In our case, 300 mm ang thickness ng exterior wall natin ngayon. So, 600 mm yung ilalagay natin na offset distance. Palabas ang offset natin dito. After that, gamit tayo ng line command, then click on the bottom left corner ng bago nating rectangle. After that, make sure na naka 45 degrees kayo and set ka lang ng kahit anong length for that line. Next, dito naman sa corner sa taas. Line command din and 45 degrees, tapos set lang din ng length. We will use fillet command to connect these two lines. Type F and then click mo lang yung dalawang lines na ginawa natin. After that, i-mirror natin itong triangle na ito sa other corners. Type MI and then para sa first point ng mirror line, hanapin mo lang yung midpoint ng outer rectangle. Second point is on the other midpoint. Ito na yung magiging roof reference natin. Make sure lang na na-delete mo yung unang rectangle na ginawa natin. Punta na tayo sa rafters layer. Create tayo ng box. We can use polyline command. And measurements natin is 50.8 mm by 50.8 mm para ito sa rafters. Then, lagay lang tayo ng line sa gitna para mas madaling i-center yung box natin sa iba't ibang parts. I-delete din natin itong line ito after it served its purpose. So, unahin natin yung ridge board. Let's copy itong box na ginawa natin. Then, midpoint ng line yung base point. Tapos, left click dito sa intersection na ito. After that, extend mo lang yung box hanggang sa dulo ng ridge board reference line. Then, stretch for about 1 inch, so that is 25.4 millimeters. We are done sa ating ridge board. Before we continue with the rafters, edit muna natin yung wall. Gawin nating hidden 2 times yung line type. Okay, let's create our fascia board. Gamit lang tayo dito ng offset command. Offset the outer layer with an offset distance of 25.4 millimeters. Then, ang offset is paloob towards the wall ang direction. Fascia board is done. Pagkatapos nun, gawin naman natin yung first hip rafters natin. Gamit yung box na ginawa natin kanina, i-copy mo lang din yon. Then, rotate for about 45 degrees. Move it to the endpoint of the hip rafters over here. After that, extend mo lang din yung box all the way here. Wag dito sa outer rectangle ha. Dito sa offset for fascia board yung dulo. So, that is our first hip rafters. Then again, let's copy yung ginawa natin na box to create naman yung first common rafter natin. Move it lang dito sa dulo ng ridge board. Then, extend hanggang dito sa fascia board. You can use ortho mode para talagang pantay yung extension. Then, i-mirror lang natin itong common rafter na ito dito sa baba. Let's modify itong hip rafter natin. So, tapat mo lang yung mouse mo dito. Then, click Add Vertex. Move the middle dito sa dulo na ito. Then, stretch lang yung mga dulo doon sa intersection o snap sa common rafters. Ayan, we created the tip of our hip rafter. Do the same step lang din sa kabilang dulo ng hip rafter. After that, let's create the other common and jack rafters. So, distance ng common and jack rafters natin, as we said earlier, is 20 inches or 508 millimeters. So, let's create a reference line right here with 508 millimeters length. Then, copy natin itong rafters na ito sa endpoint ng line na ginawa natin. Don't forget to delete that line after it served its purpose. Gawa pa tayo ng isa, same step lang din. After that, copy these two common rafters and ang base point is itong pangatlo. Then move it right here. Ulitin lang yung ganitong pag-copy hanggang sa dulo. Then, itong mga nag-overlap sa hip rafter natin, stretch lang natin yung corners nila up to the intersection o snap sa hip rafter. Repeat the same steps to the remaining common rafters na nag-overlap sa hip rafters natin. After that, let's use mirror command para makreate yung jack rafters natin sa kabilang side sa taas. Let's mirror all of the rafters we've created dito naman sa right side. Make sure nakasama yung hip rafters. Then itong lahat naman ng ito, i-mirror natin upward. We are done with the roof frames. Mag-add lang tayo ng mga labels. Let's use the leader line with arrows layer for the labels of the parts of our hip roof. Create lang tayo ng line dito with 100 mm diameter, covering 3 jack and or common rafters. Then connect the center of the first circle to the center of the third using line. Click on this leader line arrow, then type the label and the thickness of the jack and common rafters. Standard, text height of 100. Arrowhead size is 100 din. So kung wala kayong choice dito sa arrowhead size, you can click this and check nyo lang yung arrowhead size na checkbox. So mag-a-appear na siya doon after nyong i-apply. And then after that, mirror lang lahat ng ito sa baba and sa dalawang gilid. After that, use leader line arrows then for the other parts. Then again, type the label and the thickness of the parts. Use the mirror command if necessary. So, ito na. This is our final roof framing plan. Today, we modified our foundation plan. We added a feature, which is the grid line, and most especially, we learned how to create floor framing plan and roof framing plan. So that is it for our Module 11. See you on the next and the last one.